Okay, I hope we are okay now. So, folks, whether we are watching or this is Screen Vision, we are coming to you live from the beautiful city of Kigali, Rwanda. My name is Tatos V. Bala, and we are here to discuss some trending issue that is in the Liberian community and that of Liberia at large, the Liberian community in Rwanda. So, there are a lot of things been happening, uh, a few couple of days now. There are a lot of things been happening, in various corners, in various chat rooms. We witness the CDC groundbreaking ceremony. There are a lot of things been happening, in the community. We saw on the Yaka Koloba on the program. People said he was disgraced, they wasted water on him. I even saw him on live today. He was talking about the what happened on the program. So we want you to stick with us. We got a lot of things to discuss today. We're going to be hosting Jura, the financial, not financial, but the Secretary General, former Secretary General of the Liberian Community here in Rwanda. Yeah, Mr. Jura Mangou. He's going to be here to discuss some trending issues that surround the Liberian Community development in Rwanda, looking at the Federation of Liberian Community in East Africa. Going to discuss some issues concerning that, and also going to look in Liberia to talk some of the issues that I just spoke of. In Liberia, when it comes to development, how far the government have gone with their development. And when it comes to the human capacity building, how far the government is now, because these are things that they spoke of when they were coming in power. So we want you to relax. The former SG is here. He's in the back right now, pretty seated, waiting for us to bring him on. So just relax, continue sharing the show, talk to your brothers, your sisters. And today I'm going to be joined by the main Sylvester Blessing JJ. He is a panelist and a full member of Screen Vision. And Broske Gwambei is also going to be on the screen tonight to discuss the all important issue with me. So stick and let's continue sharing our show as we await our panelists, and also, like I said, the SG is already in the back. And let me say good evening, good afternoon to Liberians in Rwanda, Liberians in the US, or wherever you are watching us this evening. Let me say welcome, and welcome to Screen Vision. We have been away for some time now because of some technical issue, but I think we are resolved it now. So we're going to be live almost every Sunday. Once there is strength, we're going to be live. So on that note, let me bring my colleague Sylvester Blessing JJ on so that we can start some discussion while we await Broski Gwambe. Come here, welcome to the screen. How you doing?
Yeah, Mr. Bara, good evening again, and good evening to our listeners in Radio Land and those that are following us on Facebook. I'm well and great. It's just I'm feeling somehow disappointed in a Premier League game between Liverpool and Manchester United. Yeah,
Forward game, I always tell about. I'm blessed with it.
you know.
Okay,
It
no
didn't
bad.
play the win anyway, but however, we never walk alone, and only the end matters. Premier League is not yet over, so I'm
I feel
optimistic.
I feel your pain, man. Sorry for that. I
Mhm.
feel your pain. I wish you well next time. I feel your
Yeah.
pain. Yeah, so comrade, today you are live. Over the weekend I was scrolling through my phone on Facebook, and I
Mm.
saw the propaganda chair from the Student Unification Party, SOUP. And this guy was discussing issue as it relate to the University of Liberia state of being when it comes to the facility. How is it looking at the buses? They are lacking of. I mean, even the latrines he spoke of the last time. So I find it difficult to just understand something, because every time when the guys from soup, whenever they are protesting, they are basing on the same things. They are talking about poor sanitation, talking about when it comes to transportation, they're talking about no network, like internet facility. They're talking about the deplorable condition of the University of Liberia, and that is a state-run university. Just imagine that. But I don't know, our leaders, they are not getting the message, and they have series of dialogue like the previous protest they had this gone time. They had series of dialogue with real groups, both on camera and off camera, according to him. But now the university are reopened. Stay. Everything still remain the same. And I could feel the pain in your tone, when you were discussing. I was like, hey, who just gave me some kind of money, some kind of just billionaire, I just go in that country and say, my gentleman, your account it, let's talk about it, my man. Let's settle the one year problem once and for all. Yeah. I don't know whether you came across that video, but I have it on my phone. Maybe I should go along. I will play. You can give your thought on that. The former SG, a politician who is coming on the platform, he can also give a thought on that.
Did the
Because
man tell you that he's politician?
I mean, he is a politician. They may contest at a one time. They made a former SG contest at a one time, and he was beaten. He is a politician.
He was what?
He was beaten. Yeah, he is a politician. He contested at a one time, so it's nothing strange.
No,
He
it
is a
better to say
politician.
it better to say the election did not go his way, but don't say he was beaten.
My man, election did not go away. He was beating. Why you want sugarcoat things?
If you use
Election
it
did
while he
not
was
go away.
beaten, then that means he was dragged.
But election did not go away. He was beating. That's the same thing. The last time when they took power, they beat somebody. So that's how.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how life looking. I mean, you are not always win. Sometimes it will shift.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how life is. Sometimes we win.
So they will not always go in your favors. Sometimes it
Yeah,
will shift.
so Mr.
But
Barra, to the
mhm.
point, I don't know whether it is an intro or maybe you will
Now
have
just
to
an
keep
intro.
it.
We are just an
But
intro.
even the UL sanitation is something that is alarming, and pull politics aside, sometimes many a times I feel disappointed, and with the sanitation of the institution. So, and I sometimes try to believe is maybe majority of the janitorial staff at UL, they are on government payroll, and these people, once they are on government payroll, sometimes, especially with the job that they do, they care less to put in at all. And this could be one recommendation to the institution. Maybe the
Sorry,
mental.
I'm coming. Let me bring the SG on the screen. So, folks, if you are watching, I'm about to bring the former Secretary General on the screen right now. So, continue sharing the show. Wherever you find yourself, continue sharing the show. Going to give you a chance to give your input. Let me bring him on the screen. Oh, sorry, you can turn your camera on. You are now live. On screen vision both on Facebook and that on YouTube. So, folks, if you are watching, we are currently live on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, so as I was saying, just to land
Uh-huh.
on this thought, and what I think could be the solution is, I know it might bring pain to those that are on government payroll, who are janitorial staff at the State University. I think the State University has to rethink the method. That is the sanitation and maintenance aspect of the university. It is best that they outsource it.
Okay.
It is best that they outsource that department.
It
In the
means they go hire individual company to
No,
take
yeah, they
over.
will hire an institution to take care of
Institution.
the men, and if they do so, that institution is honor the obligation through contracts that they should give the university a facelift, maintain the toilets, maintain the landscape, or the grass, the everything, because the institution wants pay. the institution wants to get their contractor and benefit whatsoever they might be. So they will come down hard on their workers to put in their best. And that's why they do to some institution. Some of the private institution, their janitorial staff, they are being outsourced, you know.
Okay.
Like the banking sector, you go to LBDR bank, the janitors there, majority of them are being outsourced. Majority of them are being also. So like that, you will see, the university. But if they keep majority of those janitorial staff on government payroll, and it almost be like this is our government, and I'm a Liberian. They'll feel like they are not really obligated because we have seen that throughout the years, from my days of high school to now. I've earned my first degree. I'm still seeing the same deplorable.
Let's imagine that.
So I think also in the maintenance department, to an institution to take care of the sanitation at the institution, it will be very, 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 very the best alternative. You know,
But because those institutions you are talking about, let's say for example, if government give this identical where we are talking about to a private company or
mm,
an institution to take over. Now, those institutions or the institution will also have to employ people,
mm,
and they have the employees. You know how government can behave sometimes in Liberia. Like I
mm.
witnessed the guy from the Capitol building when it comes to the painting. You saw Lemon, they were holding the guy. He was even on the compound, knocking pata. They tried to put him out. So now because they are operating on budget, and now the reason why they are according to them, they are not receiving the actual allotment that they're supposed to receive. And, the money that they receive is not sufficient for them to run a state-run university. So now, if they call on third party to come and take care of that identical component when it comes to the maintenance or something of the, do you think they're going to have that fund? Because if you are not paying the people on time, how are they going to pay their staff?
No,
So so
they will rule out solution. You see, the thing of hiring somebody, right? Even the men that can build the houses, when
yeah,
you enter into a contract with them, right? You got an amount that you have to put forth. And that person themselves that did the estimate, they come in to do the work. At the end of the day, you will pay them. So it is now that government will owe those people. It is a strict win-win situation or contract. If you also your sanitation, the institution will be high. We are my main focus is I'm focusing on the maintenance or to the good sanitation of the institution.
mhm,
So if you also to Peter Paul companies, Peter Paul company will have to come down hard on his worker because at the end of the day, if a worker default, maybe did not do what it's supposed to do, it will have an impact on the institution, on his company. You know,
definitely.
and he wants the money, so he has to tell his worker to do their best. And that's why you see everybody will be dedicated to doing their tax. You
Okay.
know, but those janitors are those public institutions, not only UL. You even go to some ministries, you see
Okay, I'm
where they're
coming.
on government. Let me just learn on the no quote. You see where they are on government payroll. They're supposed to fetch water in the toilet. They will be reluctant to do so. They do it at their own time.
Are you saying it's due to poor management because they have management there? They have people who supervising those people. So if they are not doing their work, I think the institution has policy that should be taken into consideration when it comes to people not performing their tasks to the
Let me
better.
tell you, the management is after the big fish.
Okay, thank you. The management is after the big fix. There's a
You
screen
cannot
vision,
just
and we
you
are coming
cannot
to
just
you.
lay down janitorial staff. They won't target the top people for
Okay.
underperformance. You
Okay,
know.
we dive more into that. We have the former Secretary General, the politician. He's currently on our screen. His background is kind of a dark, but I think you guys can see him. This man is very strong when it comes to he's a household name in the Liberian community here in Rwanda. So I mean, even if you enter Rwanda today, you will hear the man name. I mean, he's all I've been seeing on a day, giving some donation to some schools. I saw people telling him thank you. So I mean, he's very influential. But and today we are privileged to have him on our platform to discuss some issue as it relate to the 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 status of the Liberian community right now in Rwanda, is issue back home, and looking at some issue that is currently ongoing when it comes to the Federation of the Liberian Community in East Africa. Let me now welcome uh, the former SG. I mean, I'm seeing no connection. Sir, you just turn your camera on. Welcome. You turn your camera off. What's going on? Okay, so Sylvester, like you were saying, you know, uh, I don't know how people usually take public work. When I say public work, if they are assigned with government, they feel that their government work, their government work, and you forgetting to know that is that job that is putting food on your table, and you need to do it to the letter. If you fail to do it, probably you're going to be fired and you send home. And you know what it means. You know what it takes for you to send home your children causing noise in your ear in the morning. You're hungry and you're there. You know what it takes. Okay, I think he's back on our screen. Good evening. Welcome to Screen Vision, sir. Hello. I think he's frozen. Network issue.
So yeah, so Mr. Bada, when you're on government payroll, especially being a civil servant, nobody can just wake up in the morning and say they're removing you.
Okay.
You seeing it? So that's a security. That's a job security that especially those janitorial staff enjoys.
Okay.
Hmm.
But there are contract. There is a contract that govern, or there is a rules. I mean, that govern this identical, job we are talking about. I think we have the SG back on the screen. Oh my God,
I think the
we are getting
LGs need to
network back.
try to get a strong internet connectivity and then he rejoin so at least we will
Yeah.
have
So,
one
sir, you can
PDA.
let's say former SG, former SG, you can go back and then come on, or change location. Probably you can change your location, and we will appreciate. We hope that they never do us just tonight. Yeah, it's coming like I was saying. They have a various contract, and they have, the reason you see people talking about law is to govern human behavior, and to put check to some people, to try to respect that people shouldn't go out of their limit, their way of living, shouldn't encroach on other people, where they're supposed to live. So every institutions have laws and regulations. They have contract that you have to sign. Like if you do XYZ, you're supposed to come to work at this time. If you fail to come, this will happen. So I don't know why people are not adhering to those contracts, and they are there. You sign when government give you job, right? I sure they have policy that you should follow. Okay, the LG is now back. Good
Yes,
evening, sir, and welcome to Screen Vision.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Tatas and my dear brother Sylvester. Thank you so much for having me on the Stream Vision. I think this is my first time on Stream Vision, and I'm happy to be here to share some thoughts about our community, our beloved community, LIBCOR, FOLICEA, and our country at large. So I hope we will have a very good discussion today. And I've already been hearing some of the conversation you have had concerning Liberia, which I will give my little thought about it concerning the UL and also the CDC new headquarter fundraising program.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
before, thank you so much. And when you were off camera, I was calling you politician, and I said, Macron asking me, "Is he a politician?" I said, "Yes, he is, because he contested and he were beaten." And he said, no, don't say beating. Say, you want me to use a word like that shooting. So I said, no, they never beating. So let understand. Are you actually a politician or you are just a free man living in the community? Let's hear you.
Tatos, thank you. Thank you for that question. And not only you have asked me that question, many people have come, with such a question. It's just how we have to rebrand the idea of politician. So for me,
Okay.
I would prefer it to be tagged as a leader rather than a politician, because politician is like a segment on
Oh my God, network. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Unfortunately, this is pro network. But Mr. Bala, I
Yeah,
told you, the man is not a politician, you know.
it's okay. Go ahead.
leadership.
Yeah. But I think he's still speaking, but his network is.
Yeah. So if you are hearing us, maybe you can go back and then come, because I don't know what is going on. And that way from anyway, the SG the SG is living. Where am I living, sir? Sylvester.
Yeah, the man, unless he has changed his location, the kind of big people, then you don't just
Yeah, you
throw
can just
out
disclose that.
the guy he and I used to work together before, and
Yeah, big people. So you don't just disclose the mail location like that.
let
Anyway, we
the
ask you if you come on the screen, you will see
together he
yourself.
himself tells you where he is now.
Okay. You guys rest of major fee will hold me somehow.
I mean, I'm a journalist now, I'm not politician again.
Yeah, so folks, we are facing some internet problem. Not we, but I think the SG is facing some internet problem. So we just hope that he rejoin. And if you are joining us for the first time, this is Screen Vision. We are coming to you live from the beautiful city of Kigali. I mean, one of the cleanest cities in Africa. Left for you, take it or you leave it. The city is very clean. I think you have seen on internet when it comes to how clean the city is, when it comes to security. I mean, it's okay. So we want to say thanks for watching. We have oh my god, yeah,
So Mongo, I don't know
what
where are
is
you
going
now,
on?
but it's kind of unfair that breaking through.
Okay, so the man who resigned from the what how do you call his department again? JJ Taffer. Is that
Oh, but did Tafa resign?
yeah, Taffer did. Taffer resigned. I saw Taffer resignation letter in the chat room.
Oh, the man is a chief arbitrator.
Yeah, Taffer resigned from that position. I don't know why. But
No,
anyway,
but
he's following. We want to say thanks for
from
joining
from
us,
the
guys.
letter that I read, he say resignation will take effect next month. But yeah, I don't want us to go there. I'm trying my best as possible. At least let me be a panelist on this show tonight.
No, but we are discussing the issue. So okay, we
Yeah,
we, we
let us discuss the issue. I want to discuss the issue in a way that I will wade in, that will be more
anyway,
informative
okay,
for me.
that's fine.
Yeah.
No,
So I don't want
because the man is washing and he was like, Mr. Something like this.
Yeah, the man is a chief arbitrator of the community, and he
Okay.
was the one. He was the one that finalized the decision on the suspension of the current chairman now during
Oh,
our
okay.
during our era. He's a sound brother and friend.
Okay, that's good to know. We have the former SG online again. Yeah, SG, you are in flight. Let's hear you. You were saying something and then you got caught up by the network.
I don't know what happened to his
Yes,
connection.
thank you. Thank you so much, Tatas and Sylvester. I don't know. Everything is working in terms of my network and on other aspects, but just on this live, then it's kind of breaking through. That's what I texted to say. So I
Yeah,
don't know
you are
if you
good
are
now.
getting me. Just let me know for thumbs up.
Yeah, sure, sure. You are good now. Let's go.
All right. All right. Thank you. So, like you said, if I'm a politician, like I said, the way politicians attack in our
Mm.
political space in Africa, preferably it'll be called a leader till we can, till we can rebrand what politicians should be. Like many people would say, when you are a politician, you have to lie, um, you have to commit coup, you have to do treason, like those things that happened long time ago. You have to fight war like physically. You
Mhm.
have to insult. You have to do some dirty propaganda. The way it's tagged. So for now, I will go with the title as a leader rather than
Okay.
being called
Okay.
politician.
So according to you, just where are you staying right now on OSG? Where are you staying from OSG? Where do you
Yeah, I'm
live?
a permanent resident of Gisini. I'm a
Ah, okay.
permanent resident of Gisini community. Gisini.
Okay. That's good. Thank you. So how do you feel? I mean, living like you are no longer a SG. If you are serving in that position, there are a lot of pressure you have to write. I mean, your own busy schedule you have to forgo it because you need to serve the people. There are a lot of things back and forth. People have to call you to solve this, to do this. But now, I mean, you are living your free life. How do you feel? How is it like for you?
Firstly, I would say that there was no pressure when we were working. Uh, Obviously, because I see that position I've served as a learning curve and what I can give back to the community. So I don't think it was a pressure. And right now, I don't think like I'm just sitting out free. I think that was a mistake because even out of our current position, out of our past position, there are other places we are serving as well. There are other activities we are involved in. So, but when it comes to LIBCOR, I believe for sure I can say we sit at a point where we look at the work we did when we were there and how we can see the workings of this current leadership, whether it's in line with some of the work we did, whether it's in line with the start. Like we can sit and see
we
from
we we
afar.
we
Like
will we will we will we will
yeah,
we will get to that. I was just asking you.
yeah, yeah.
I
That's
understand
the
you have
position
other
I'm in right
duties.
now.
I understand you have
Yeah,
other
that's the
things
position
doing,
I'm in.
but just mean when you were serving as SG, you had
Mhm.
sometime I believe you used to have your busy schedule. You needed to do this for yourself or to solve certain problem. But now you are SG. You need to solve. You need to read memo. You need to do this. So you need to send letter. That's what I'm saying. But now I believe even if you have other duties to do, I mean the component of that is no longer there. So that's why you see I'm coming back with this question. I know you're a leader. I've seen a lot of posts from you, you and people together doing some donation. I'll just coming there where you see me, I'm coming from when it comes to the question I just posted to you, sir.
Yes, I agree with you. Libco, the duty come from a lot of tax. I agree with you, but
Responsibilities.
yes, I agree. But this is something we sign up for, and I'm one person that I don't sign up for something if I know I'll not have the time to do so. So now that I'm not available with Libco, I have signed up with other activities with other institutions to be
Okay,
working
that's
alone.
good.
So
That's good.
I don't think it was a hard tax for me while working with Libco.
Okay, that's good. So I have with me Sylvester Blessing JJ. I think you know him very well. He's going to join the conversation tonight, so we all can give our own honest opinion when it comes to the issue of you know getting to I mean finding a common ground or to give our own opinion on some of the issues that is unfolding within our community and within the country. So Sylvester, you are most welcome. We have the
Yeah,
edges on.
yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bada, and thank you, Mr. Mongo, for appearing on the screen vision. As I listen to you, I try to put myself in a position like we both serve the same leadership back then, and after doing the people's work, we decide to find somewhere where we can at least find peace of mind and something that also gave us comfort and not to sit adult. And fortunately for me, Screen Vision, open arms again, you know. But anyway, welcome, and I'm hoping that we have a fruitful conversation with regards to what the CEO mentioned in our group chat. And I hope that we have an objective conversation and let it be known that there is a platform for an exchange. We should not take it in a way because the other way around. So I'm hoping that we have a fruitful and informative conversations. Thank you very much for appearing on Screen Vision again.
Okay. Indeed, we're going to have a fruitful conversation. So let's start. And now let's kick the ball rolling. I saw someone in the comment section saying something, but anyway. Thanks for joining coming. Can you share the show? So now, Mr. Munger, I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. Looking at your leadership and looking at the current leadership, uh, first of all, I want you to weigh like the way you guys were proceeding. I mean, all those things that you did, that you put in place, and now these people just took over. Looking at the time that you worked, let's take the same maybe 2 or 3 months and comparing it to their 3 months. Can you weigh between the two and give your opinion on how activities are going? How do you see it?
Thank you so much, Mr. Bara, for that question. I think it's too fast to compare the two leaderships because they had just concluded the first quarter of their leadership, and
Okay.
for us, I think the comparison should be during our first quarter. What
Yeah.
did we do? Where
Yeah.
were we at this time of our leadership? Right.
Hmm.
So I just want to recognize things that we did during our leadership in the first quarter. Number one, we launched the website on the day of our inauguration. We also instituted a regular due payment plan. During that first quarter, we hosted the stakeholders meeting, LIBCOR stakeholders meeting for unity purpose, where we brought the past leadership, key stakeholders in the community so that we have the leadership plan of action roll out to them and see where they can make some recommendations. That
Hmm.
was done. Also, the Constitutional Committee was appointed to ensure that we have a statute today. That was done during our leadership. Now let's look at the current leadership. What have they done so far? Like I plan to speak about the achievements from my angle, what I've seen for this leadership as achievements so far, because even when I was speaking to people during the campaign process, one thing I told them was recognition of chapters to make them more inclusive was key on my agenda. Not only because it was key on my agenda, because I feel like it's something that needed to be done. And that's one thing this leadership have done, which I applauded them for that in the chat room when they recognize the chapter of Ruhango, because those people have decided not to be part of Yanza, even though they are very close to Lipsa, Yanza, but they have decided not to be. And their chapter was recognized, which is something good, which we are also awaiting when they will be added as part of the NEC. Few committees were appointed, which I will speak more to that there were some missteps. Few committees like the program planning committee, sports committee, as well as vetting. I think vetting committee were appointed. So far, those are the achievement I've seen for this leadership. But those committees that were appointed, what are they doing? What have they done? You check the date that they were appointed up to now. Have you seen any information about the workings of those committees? No, right? So we can, when we're comparing our first quarter to this leadership first quarter, it will be like 90 to 10. Like we did 90%. Yes, I can say for sure because one key thing we did in our leadership was things of reconciliation, right? And unity, right? So if you compare the two, there have been no unity event or meetings or anything organized by this past leadership, by this current leadership. They have not organized anything of such. Even to call the past leadership someone you contested against other key stakeholders, to call them to a forum where we can have, conversation around the table as a community. Now election is over. What can we do? Zero. In fact, I will go deep into the plan of action that was shared by the current leadership. Imagine unity on that plan of action, even though I will ask few questions about that, where they get the data from to prepare, a chart. Unity on that plan of action was very low. And that's proven that up to now, the current leadership has not even called a reconciliatory meeting, you know. So when we comparing the two leaderships as we stand right now, our leadership got 90% in our first quarter.
So
As
so so
even
are
if
you
we
are
look
you
at even if we look at funds that were raised during the first quarter, the financial secretary is there, he's on this call. We even raised more funds as compared to this current leadership when it comes to funds that were raised. So our leadership performed 90% as compared to this current leadership performance in the first quarter.
okay, thank you so much. Our leadership perform when it comes to the quarter. In the first quarter, the leadership perform, more than the people leadership, the current leadership now. Now, during your your explanation, you mentioned about reconciliation stuff. Are you saying you or let me should I generalize it? The past leadership and the current leadership are not into any conversation or ideas exchange when it comes to the smooth operation of the community.
So I can speak for myself because I can't 100% speak for Mr. JJ or Patrick or
Mm.
Orita, but I can speak for myself. I have good working relationships so far with the current leadership. Mr. Yirega, the current Secretary General, sometimes reached out to me and I share what I know about the workings of the leadership. Even during the inauguration of EOK, Mr. Sidiki Kroma and I had lengthy discussion concerning the website. And it was good. Even sometimes the chairman called me, sometimes we had some conversation about LIBCOR. But when I talk about reconciliation, you as a person, as the new chairperson, you should know that always after election, there were some stools that were stepped on. There were many things that happened which we cannot see everything, but you should know that after election, there are scars. As a chairperson, why do you need to call for a reconciliatory meeting? So that everybody can be open to work. Silence does not mean that everything is okay. Play your part. Call these people around the table. I
Okay.
told someone,
So
if I'm not called, if I'm not asked, do you think I'm going to like force myself
and there where I coming now, just hold on. There where I coming. According to
to,
you,
to
you guys
give
have
to give ideas to the current leadership?
I'm coming. You according to you, you say you guys have like cordial relationship. You usually call him to discuss. Don't you think? Let me welcome Comrade Broski Gwambe. Comrade, welcome to our show tonight. Uh, we have with us the former SG on our platform, and we are discussing some important issue like is the information we sent in the chat room. So, Comrade, welcome. So let welcome Comrade Brooks. Go ahead, Brooks.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bala. And let me say, very sorry to enter the studio very late. I have been engaged with several issues, especially our inauguration program. So I know about the program today to for the former SG to appear on Stream Vision. I was doing my best to be in time, but we were doing some work behind the scene. So
Okay.
it is an honor again to be here to interact with the SG and where you guys have already gone and how far we are going to continue from there and see how best we can get more information about our discussion point tonight. Thank you very much. The SG
Okay.
can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Comrade. And by the way, Mr. Broski Gwambe, he is the president elect of the Union of Nema students in East Africa. The men are big men. Just imagine controlling the entire East Africa. So Brooks is not just an ordinary man right now. He is the people leader. Though from the beginning, he's not just ordinary man, but another responsibility have been added, on Brooks Gwambe. So back to you, SG. Like I was saying, you said that you have a common, interaction between you. Sometimes they I think the importance of a previous government, let people may say veteran because you've been there before, and I think even the current the current president, he's not actually strange because every one of you were in government before. So don't you think I mean it could have been better for you to just share some of your ideas when you like, but comrade, since you took over, I mean, we have not seen you calling for reconciliation meeting for us to have these things. We have not seen you doing this. What is going on? I just thought of chipping it in, because we all want this identical government to succeed, and wait for a feedback to see whether you're going to accept it or not. Have you ever, done such a thing? Like giving your honest advice, as a veteran, somebody who been in the government, though he's not strange to it, but have you ever give your advice to him when it comes to that?
Yeah, thank you so much, status. Um, this question goes back. I want to use it a similar question that I answered during my campaign when I was in Wamagana, and it was a particular person, popular Liko, asked me that question. Jura, in case you lost the election, will you be willing to work or share your idea with the current leadership, with the leadership that will win? And then I told her two things I can do. If I'm called upon, I will share it. Number two, I open up to that leadership after they have won their election. If they do a tour, like we did a tour during our time, this leadership have not done a tour. They don't know what is happening to the people in Musanzi. They don't know how the people in Gisini are feeling. They don't know how people in Wamagana are feeling. When we say a tour, I plan that every tour they will go on, if I will not win, even if I are going to win, I could invite them also on a tour. But if now I'm not in a position as leader of the community, if they invite me, I will be 100% willing to accompany them. Why? Because after election, there are people who voted for me. If you check the election result, I got 42%,
Mhm.
42.7%. That's a huge number, right? And then you feel those 42%, they'll just 100% like turn their full support to you like that. Even though we'll come and talk to them like after election is over, let's support the current leadership. But if they see Jura Mango with the leadership making a tour, and then I'm giving 1 or 2 minutes to speak to the public to let them know that this is the one community we need. I was a candidate. I lost the election. This is the team that has won. Just support them. Our
So
community will
so
be
so
moving as a unifying community. But that has not been done. And like I
okay.
said, I can't go be begging or crying or forcing someone to do
No,
something.
no, no, no. Let's get
You don't
something
even know
straight.
that.
We are not saying you should beg. You just told me that you and the former leader, let's say the current leader, can discuss. He can call you sometime. You share your talk. I mean, yeah. I mean, the man where he was your boss before. Let me just put it that way, right? He was above you when it comes to the rank within the previous leadership. So I guess you guys stay despite the election. You guys went back and forth, and you just prove it that you guys stay communicating. So are you telling the Liberian people tonight you're going to sit, and then like you just said, the way things are proceeding, you guys the first quarter, I mean, it was okay. Then the current leadership first quarter, you are not seeing anything so far. This is all the committees that were appointed. I mean, nothing you are seeing from them so far. So are you going to sit and not giving your opinion when you and your brother talking. That's something gentlemen can discuss behind the corner, and maybe they may, oh yeah, we can take that into consideration. If they go in the meeting, you're going to put it forth to the people. I mean, the issue about leadership is not one person business. Every one of you, we have one common denominator. You guys, let me just say, you guys who are in the election, one common denominator is for the growth and development of this identical community we find ourselves in. So despite you did not win the election, you can still give your honest opinion. That's what I'm asking you. So are you saying you will not do it unless the people call you on the phone, say, oh, honorable, or they read you officially, or please, we want you to come and do this, do this. Is that what you're telling us?
I'm sorry to say, Tatas, but I spent close to 8 years in the teaching field, and when you are a teacher, it's easier for your lesson to get passed on if the willingness or the motivation has been created in those students. You can have the best lesson plan. If those students are not motivated and willing to learn, I can tell you for sure you can get your lesson going across. So the situation is similar. If I have offered or support like to go on a tour if the leadership wins or whoever wins. And also, I told you that sometimes I have conversation with some leaders of the community, and I shared information that they asked me about. But beyond that, I spoke about reconciliatory meeting, not only with Jura Mangou. I was not the only candidate in the election. There were other candidates in other positions that have expertise when it comes to leadership. There are past leaders. There are other stakeholders in the community, including Stream Vision. Don't the community have vision for media? How they want the leadership to work when it comes to media? Since they took over, have they come to Stream Vision or live reality TV show to explain their plans and what they intend to do? They don't have. So it's not only about me. I'm speaking on a larger scale that these are things they should have done in the first quarter to set the roadmap, to set the stage, how they want their leadership to run, But everything did not happen. Maybe someone will come and say because of the time they got inaugurated. We all got inaugurated at the same time. We do got inaugurated August 24th. So no one should come and use that as an excuse, you know. So I'm just saying this, Tatos, if you are not called upon, if you are not called upon, that's why I'm using another medium to checkmate this leadership, and I will do this often every month. If not Stream Vision, I will appear on other platform to do it
Okay,
often, to
thank you.
checkmate, to appreciate what they have done. I will come on this platform and say, like, the leadership have done this and it's commendable. We appreciate them for it. But this one is supposed to do it. This one they have not done it. This one they did it the wrong way. Right? We will come up to speak about these things until we can see the right thing being done.
Okay, thank you. We will we will come out to speak until we can see the right thing be done. Folks, if you are watching, we have with us the former XG in studio. I think you have been following the conversation. You've been discussing, comparing the first half of their leadership and then the first half of the previous the current leadership, that's in power. According to him, he appointed a lot of people, but up to now, yet to see their function or what they are doing in the community. Nothing. So it is good that we have other people, watching. We have in studio on the platform tonight, Broski Wambei, and who is one of the key stakeholders within the community, despite him being a panelist on Screen Vision. We also have Sylvester Blessing JJ, who was also part of previous government, but for now, for today's discussion, Sylvester is neutral. He's serving as panelist and to just give his honest opinion on this issue tonight. So we'll also go back to them, for us to hear, probably they have some question and something to ask. As we go along, we're going to discuss it, for some minute, and then we call it a pause, and then we go to the next discussion. So, bros, you're welcome. You've been following, or since you just came, can we call JJ? Or you have, if you have prepared?
Yes, no,
Because I saw you.
let's Junior go before me. Actually, I
Okay,
just
okay,
came, so
yeah,
let him
thank you.
goes before me.
So,
Yeah,
so, 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 Sylvester, you've been listening to Mr. Mongo, concerning the leadership, because we actually came here to discuss issue about the leadership, the current activities, what are they doing, comparing the previous leadership to their leadership right now, looking at the first half. Yeah. And you just listen to him.
You know, first of all, I don't want to say that I'm afraid to make my objective view because I'm seeing comments from the viewers. But anyway, so I sat and listened to my comrade leader, Mr. Mongo. Firstly, he makes emphasis on reconciliation. That the leadership is not going to see anything to even or whatsoever to reconcile the aggrieved, as he claimed. And he's the same person is telling viewers and panelists that he's in good working relationship with the leadership. And as a political leader of his team, as the results of the previous election shows that he was a leader for 42%, 42 point something percent of those people that voted. Now, I would like to ask this question, Mr. Jura, are you aggrieved? Are you bitter? If not, what should your followers be? Question.
Thank you, Sylvester. So reconciliation is not only just about me. And I mentioned that I was not the only candidate in the election. There were other candidates that run side by side with me. So personally, I can tell you that I'm aggrieved. If I'm aggrieved, number one, I'm a very angry person. I will not pick call of the current chairperson. I will not even if ask any question. For instance, if the SG reach out to me, I will not speak to that. But when I speak about reconciliation and having stakeholder meetings with the intent of reconciling and laying a roadmap of your leadership, it's not only to bring Jura Mango to the table. Because for me, as personally, I knew the election is over. I can give up whatever I'm asked about. What about other stakeholders? What about other people that participated in the electoral process? How do you think I, as a person, I was able to talk to people to support me? Now the election is over. Everyone will not go the same way until they see certain things being done. For example, I recommended a tour. That question was asked to me in Wamagana. Wamagana, I got the highest vote there in Wamagana. I know the leadership will not face any problem with Wamagana because they have two key members of the NAC from Wamagana. But what I'm saying, for example, other chapters that got the maximum votes in.
Unfortunately, I don't know whether you're listening to him. He's breaking through, Mr. Bada.
Yeah,
Do
that I
you
think that
think for the leadership to also roll out their plan, get those people supporting leader? You're not getting me?
Yeah,
go ahead.
you're
Yeah,
coming
good.
through.
Okay, the people that we came after did not give that opportunity. They did not say when he lost, when anybody that win, he will come and make sure that that person leadership is okay. Lee Doma, who wanted to contest, but later on withdrew. The past Secretary General did not come and say, okay, since Patrick you have won, or Sylvester, you my friend, Jura, I know you, I will come and support you guys' leadership. No, these things are rare. They don't usually happen. You ask about if I'm politician. This thing don't usually happen in political space. That's how we still have to change the dynamics. But the fact that I've mentioned that, expecting the leadership to see it and create that open arms, you know, and welcome us to give our views, they refuse. They refuse to do that. So
So
I'm
so
not
so
going
so
So,
to
Mr. Bada, let me
come
just
at
come in quick. This question just popped up to me, and it seems like the guest is trying to make a salient point, but I think his point is being speculative. Like he just assuming that this leadership is not reaching out. So I would like to know whether those people who did contest during the election or who did not contest but also show us support to you that think the leadership who have reached them and up to now the leadership have not reached them. Do you care to tell us, are there anyone who have reached out to you to tell you that since the election these guys are still thinking that we are in election mode and they don't want to reach out if it's not a secret?
I can tell you for sure, Sylvester, there are many.
Do you care to name at least two?
There are many.
Do you care
And
to name at
you,
least two if it's
Sylvester,
not a
you are
secret?
is actually reaching out to people who they claim. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm coming there. If the leadership is reaching out to people who they claim, like now election is over, but these people are still opposition, right? You will not hear me talking about some of these things. When 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 I speak about having conversation with the Secretary General, with the Vice Chair for Administration, also Mr. Den, these conversations can always come from an angle oftenly. So when I'm saying this, you should get it from that point of view. Don't think that it's speculative. Please. Don't see it that way. The fact that we mean well for this leadership, that's why we are speaking about this. I told you, when they do something that is commendable, we appreciate them. But if they do something that is condemnable, we'll actually condemn it. If they were reaching out, these are things we'll start to see. Number one, or tour. Number two, we'll see something like a stakeholder meeting. We'll see a one-on-one meeting with the past chairman and the current chairman. We'll see those kind of closeness. We will know. We will see that level of unity. That kind of event will be held to include other people who are not part of the current leadership party. But nothing of such has been done. Then you are asking me
You
to
are
name
clearly
people.
you are clearly
I
telling
don't
us
need to
that.
name people.
Excuse me, please.
You are seeing
You are
you
clear
are
you are
seeing a
clearly
situation,
telling us that
and I have named several
the
situations
chairman
that have come to
emeritus.
this leadership.
Sorry. I come in Sylvester. Let you
Yeah.
land. Then you can go ahead.
That
Yeah,
you have seen
people.
a
Yeah,
situation,
just
and
land.
there are several situations that are proving that the leadership is not considering unity. I mentioned the plan of action, Sylvester.
Okay.
Why are you acting
Okay.
like you're not
Sylvester.
following the plan of action? They had unity on the bar chart. They had unity well done. And their
Okay.
actions of not calling for a reconciliatory meeting, not doing a tour, you know, it proves that they don't
Thank you,
value
sir.
unity.
Let Sylvester. Sylvester has a follow up question. Yes.
So I was thinking, are you clearly trying to tell us that there is a total disconnect from the chairman emeritus and the chairman currently?
Sylvester, I can 100% speak to that. When you talk about disconnect, um,
Because you are laying the basis that when
you,
there is
you,
connection between the chairman,
yeah,
outgoing chairman,
yeah, you
and
can
the current
see,
chairman, it will be visible. But I mean, you don't know whether they communicate in their own private, medium, and you
Sylvester,
cannot come on this stage and say
Sylvester,
there is a disconnect. Anyway, I'll give you the time
yeah,
to answer
you
the
don't.
question.
Thank you for the question, but you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that whether the past chairman and the current chairman have a good working relationship. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. I'll just give one example, even though I'll have time to go in deep with FOLICEA issue. The fact that the past chairman was the brain behind the
I
formation of
think, Mr.
FOLICEA.
Bada, we can deal with that issue
You know,
differently.
no,
Just
I'm
stick to
coming.
answering.
I'm
Okay,
coming, Sylvester. Wait, stop cutting me off.
sorry.
Yeah. Go
The
ahead.
fact
Go
that
ahead.
he was the funny member, like the brain behind that. And then the current chairman is trying to withdraw from that without having some conversation with him, do you think the working relationship is good? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. Even if anybody was not in a leadership, because for me, I'm in a leadership, I will know. But anybody who was not in a leadership, you just post that information to them, they will know that a working relationship is not going cordially. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. So that's one example to prove that currently the working relationship between them is not 100%. It might be at some percentage, but not 100. It's not cordial. I can tell you for sure.
But it is obvious that even if you if you work with a person, the working relationship might not be 100% cordial. But anyway, so I just want to throw in this question, then maybe Bros can come in. Mr. Bala,
So
you
sorry, Sylvester, please check your DM. Yeah, go ahead.
yes. So I just want to throw in this question quickly. With regards to comparing first quarter, I try my best as possible not to link myself with with past leadership, and I'm a panelist on this show. But because you weigh me in terms of the financial outcome with our first quarter and that of this leadership first quarter, for me, I haven't seen their performance yet, so I cannot strictly tell our listeners to say or to 100% agree with what you say that financially our performance in first quarter uh, surpasses this quarter performance, because unless you want to provide information like this show is informative, maybe you have learned you have viewed financial documents on this current leadership top secret, I don't know, that you see that their performance is lower than ours back then. So do you care to know in terms of figure wise? Do you care to have us informed in terms of figure wise?
So unless also you want to say leadership is secrecy, that the information that they provide, they are other hidden ones. So we should hear from them. But so far we have been informed of funds that this leadership have received during the Sylvester, I don't know whether you are there. So
Yeah,
during
yeah.
the inauguration,
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
we are aware that the guest speaker gave $500 and there were a few donations made. And also Mr. Okay, this political candidate, I will get his name, but he visited he visited the country and provided another $500. So the leadership did not receive more than 1.5 million per what they have told the public about the funds they have been receiving, unless there are other funds that have been received in privacy, which will come to light in their first quarter reports. So I said that per what we have seen in the public, per that information we have in the public, our first quarter was far better than the first quarter financially,
Okay,
unless we come
thank
up
you,
with
thank
the
you,
first
sir.
quarter report to disprove that.
Okay, thank you. Let bring Broski come back. Yeah, Rose.
Okay, thank you very much. You guys are hearing me?
Yeah, you are good. So Sylvester, take one shot. Let me connect something here.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you
Mr.
very
Bruce, you can
much.
proceed.
Okay, Mr. Bala, thank you, and Sylvester, thank you. And let me again start by appreciating our studio guest tonight for his deliberation. I enter late, but for the few times I have spent here, at least I have gotten something that I can, I think, ask questions. But before going to my question, anyway, I don't. Bala is already gone. But what I want to say is, Sylvester, when we are having our studio guests, when we having guests, we should protect the guests whenever they are speaking. That's why we might give follow clarities or um, maybe additional questions to questions that you have already asked. It's necessary to protect the guests to provide more information as per what he has to provide. So that's the clarity I want to make to us. So Mr. Mango, I listened to you clearly, and then you were able to elaborate on some issues. One of the things I actually captured from you, just I want to just get a little few insights from this. You talk about a reconciliation tour or maybe process, which the current leadership, since the electoral period and then maybe putting them into office, they haven't done that. I want to know, despite they haven't done that, and you said from the election, I think you accumulated 40 out of 40 47 out of 47 or something you call it a percent.
42.7.
Okay, 42.7. Thank you. I'm thinking if you have done your reaching out to people who entrusted you with that leadership minds, and then they were able to vote you with that 42% or 42.7% that was mentioned by you. Have you also reached out to them to appreciate them before I can go further to the current leadership?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Guambe, for that question. Is very key. And formally, I have not reached out to each constituent, but after the political period, after election, I sent out a communication appreciating my supporters and also calling upon them to support the current leadership, not only in terms of favoring, but when it also go wrong, they should be able to point it out. Aside from going as maybe as Team Jura or formally, like I said previously, I have reached out through calls and text messages. I have reached out to people who were in my campaigns. I have reached out
Okay,
to them through calls
okay,
and text
that's good.
messages. I have not gone formally to have an event like appreciation for supporters in Wamagana, appreciation for supporters in Gisini. Okay, I have done that officially in Gisini in one of our meetings. I was able to appreciate the people here in Gisini. But for Musanzi, Kigali, Uyoke, Unilag, I have not done that officially yet. I can say for sure. But through
Okay, do
calls
you
and text
intend?
messages,
Okay, do you intend to do that maybe in the near future?
sure, for sure, I intend to do that.
Okay, that's
And my
good.
team and I,
So
we are working on it.
okay, thank you. So the next question has to do with uh the current leadership is not actually reaching out, meaning the collaboration is probably poor according to you. What do you think is the cause? And before you answer that question, did you experience that during your leadership when you took over the past leadership that you succeeded? And if it didn't happen at that time and it's currently happening, what do you think is the cause?
So let me start from the past leadership. Uh, our leadership reached out. We held a stakeholders meeting where we brought the past leadership around the table. I can remember of those that were available. Miss Rita Tonwell in that meeting. The past chairman V was also in that meeting. I think other members of the leadership were not available in country. I think Sweetie but then have left, and also Yama. The only person that was available and confirmed that he was going to come, but later on did not come, was Mr. Lee Doma. So for us, we reached out. Where I can say we had some little sour relationship with the past leadership was when it was time for reports to submit the final reports. They will have some sour relationship, I can say for sure. Then for this current leadership, I can 100% tell you why they are not reaching out. Right? I can't 100% say, but for my own analysis. Sometimes those things happen in a political space. Leadership might think if they reach out to X, who is the past leader, and he tried to give his advice or to recommend, at the end, that person will go out and start to say, "Oh, I'm the one who did this. I'm the one who did that," because that's how the background of our political system look. So you will see most people they don't want to come back. Also, when you see other leaders when they are reached out to and they don't want to give simply because they have failed somewhere and they don't want the other person to succeed. So they feel like if they give, this person will succeed. So they keep quiet. That's the bad policy. That's a bad tendency in our political system. And these are things we think we have to work on. We have to fix them. When you lead, when you leave, there are a lot of things you did that new person that is coming, they don't know. If we are not available, if we are not called upon, and these people mess up things, finger will also point to us. That's why I said to Mr. Bala that my appearances will not only be this month, every other month. When this leadership do anything that is good, we will commend them for that. When they do something that is wrong, we will condemn them. Even if they do something but they did not do it the right way, we'll also condemn it. We'll not just keep quiet on it. We have to engage.
Okay.
There is this
So
saying
thank
before you come back, Brooks, 1 minute. There's this saying that if if the mountain cannot go to Mohammed, Mohammed will come to them and things like that. I think you might be familiar with that. You know, I have reached out. I told you. I have called Mr. Denia. You remember I was having an event here in Gisina. I even invited him. Promised to come. Certain time in between, no call, no text, nothing. He did not come. Only to call and then there was excuses. Imagine me inviting him to an event I'm hosting in Gisini. And then we have conversation. Like, when are we going to be audited? Oh, very soon. Like, imagine I'm the one asking those questions to him. We'll have conversation about them. So, do you think that's how it's supposed to be? No. Sometimes when you are in a position of a leadership, take people around you, whether opposition, your friends, consider them. We did not come to the process with Barha. Like, if we don't win, if things don't go our way, we'll make sure the other person that is there. Don't be a loser. No. This is continuity of our own leadership. Somebody from our leadership has want to become chairman. It's continuity. The only thing we're supposed to be supporting 100%. But if the room is not given, why thing happen? So we are saying this that this leadership is not focusing on unity. As you can see, the actions that are happening right now, which we'll talk about later on, they are not really
Well,
focusing on that
let
aspect.
me chip
Yeah,
in.
but Mr. Bala, I would want to chip in quickly. I don't know. I don't
you.
know
Yeah,
whether
please
Bill
give my
has
time. Yeah,
exhausted his
yeah, please give
question.
my time. I haven't exhausted my time. Yeah, please give my time.
But
Give
yeah,
your
go ahead.
chance
Yeah,
today when
yeah,
you're
yeah. Go ahead.
give your chance today when you're talking. So you please
My
give
But
my
brother,
time.
you
proceed.
asked the main question and he's not responding to the question he asked. You asked the question. That's why I wanted to chip in with that.
Yeah, okay.
You
If
asked
that my
me what?
question you want to keep me,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
I
my
think
question
Mr.
you want
Bala,
to keep
since
it
you are
very quick.
moderating, this is the first round, and I don't know how many questions we are
Yeah,
entitled to.
that just two. Both are. You asked
No, no,
your
no,
two
no, no, no!
questions.
Don't do that to me. You gave Sylvester time, and he was able to ask more than 4 questions today. I was just
No, the
listening to
question
him.
will
So
get okay. Go ahead. Just go with your last question, Chief. We
okay,
still have
okay,
other.
thank you.
Remember, we still have other topic to discuss. We
The
have to
guest
go.
himself knew that
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
not
yeah.
ask no questions, so I don't know why you
So
are saying
one of the things I really want to capture from you, although this question was asked by my comrade Sylvester, but I want to ask this question in another tone or context. You clearly mentioned that during your first quarter of your leadership, and which I believe this leadership you are talking about comprises of both the VAS at that time and you yourself, and even Sylvester, who is on the show tonight. you guys work together. In your first quarter, you said according to your data, probably you were able to perform maybe 98%, according to your data. So have you seen this leadership data for the first quarter? Has the leadership published any official document that will prove that this is the performance of the first leadership, or are you like, should I use the word insinuating, or what word should I use? Or are you just thinking that because certain program was held and then they generated certain fund, or in the public people saying there was certain amount was generated and other things, or are you only focusing on financial performance, or the money that they receive in the first quarter of their operation now? I just want you to make a little clarity about that. Are you data driven in your analysis, or just you're thinking about, let's say, insinuation, something like that?
Jura, are you there?
Yeah, thank you, Brooks. Thank you so much for that question. Leadership, if you do things and keep them in secret, if we don't know about them, we will talk about what we know about. So if you ask me, I have listed, I think you came late. You did not get that part where I listed what this leadership have done so far since they came to power. I told you about committees they have appointed, like 3 different committees: program planning, vetting committee, sports committee, and they also appointed the coach or the technical staffs for LIBCOR team. They have also recognized a chapter in Ruhango. Those are things they have done. Unless we are all in the community, what they publish, we see it. Unless there are other things that they have published that show what they have done, then you can tell us, you know. So when I talk about in terms of comparison in first quarter, I thought I'd talk about this deeply, but since you bring the question out, let me answer it in another way. In terms of comparison in the first quarter, let me use this question to bring another light to you. During our first quarter, after our first, we were able to make our quarter reports in time, even though by then we never had the statute passed. But now that the statute is passed, do you know that this leadership has already violated our statute? They have. They have violated our statute. And Sylvester there, he's aware. They have violated our statute. They're supposed to give us first quarter report 14 days after the quarter should have ended. Let me say 14, 7 days after the quarter should have ended. Today is what day? Today is the 19th of October. Sylvester is not talking about that. He will not talk about that. Or other people
If,
that supported this leadership will not come to talk about that
if you want to
violation.
make this show
So we,
about
we have
us,
to talk
then
about it.
I will have to chip in,
So
Mr. Bar.
No, just hold
if we
on.
are
So
mentioning
like
these
I mean,
things in terms of
excuse me, sir.
So
comparison,
you gotta moderate the
in
show the
terms
best
of
way possible.
comparison,
Yeah.
Sylvester, when I'm mentioning you in a capacity as a financial secretary of the community, past financial secretary of the community, and also a supporter of Team Edgar. So
No,
if I'm mentioning you, like you will not talk about it. These are things that are glaring. They are glaring. We work together. What did we do during our time? We gave
So
reports
Mr.
on
Bala,
time. Now
should
this
I
leadership is
no,
not
disconnect
making
and
just
reports
hold
on
on,
reconnect as
time.
a guest as well?
hold on, Sylvester. Please,
Should I disconnect and reconnect as a guest? Then we can discuss the issue.
no, it's okay.
You can
Just wait.
ask. You can ask.
So, what will
So
Yeah,
happen
you
then
can
is
please
ask
that
that
moderate.
question
because
because
No, let me
I
continue.
mean,
I do
Bala,
not
Sylvester,
want to
Bala,
get into that route.
Bala, Mr. Bala,
Sylvester,
Mr. Mango,
that protect the
please,
guest. Then
Mr.
you
Bala,
continue. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Bala, Sylvester is not actually doing justice to the guest. If you want to appear as maybe the guest, as one of the guests, you should appear
No,
as guest. We'll
no,
question you.
excuse me.
But
No.
when the guest is speaking,
We must
I'm coming.
correct
I'm
this.
coming. I'm
We
coming.
came on this
I'm
show as
coming. Just give
panelists.
me a chance.
I did not
I'm
come on
coming.
this show to say
I,
I'm
I,
defending one side. So if Mr. Bala, if you can give me the
no,
leverage,
No,
I
you
can
will go
disconnect and
ahead. Wait,
reconnect.
that's
no.
why. That's why from the
The
beginning of the
issue here
show, I
is
make it crystal
the
clear.
issue.
No,
Let's make
you
something
gotta
clear.
correct Brooks because if not, then
Yeah,
we all can
Brooks.
we
No,
can disconnect and reconnect
Yeah,
as a
bro,
guest as well,
conclude.
and we can discuss the issue.
no. Listen to me, Mr. Sylvester. Please listen to me. My concern here is when a guest is speaking, please protect him, even if he mentions you, because
You have
he
your time
mentioning
to
you
come back.
because yeah, he mentioning you because you both worked together
Okay,
at that
noted.
time.
Let the guest proceed, please.
Uh-huh.
You are eating
So
up
if
the
you want
time.
to make comment, you let him after landing, then you can make your comment on what
Okay,
he will
thank
say.
you. Thank you. So, gentlemen,
So you
gentlemen,
can
let
go
let
ahead,
let
Chief.
let let try to understand. Let me just recognize some people who are following. Former chairman Mr. Emmanuel Patrick is watching. So we want to say thank you. I'm following. We have His Excellency. I mean, the president for the Liberian community, Mosanzi. I mean, one of the strong leader within the Liberian community is also watching. His Excellency Christian El Sa. Thanks so. Thanks for watching. So, gentlemen, let understand the thing. We don't want to start running back and forth. Let's discuss the issue. So, Sylvester, please, if the guest is in a flight, give him chance that he learn. You have your time to respond, please, sir. I hope I'm clear. So, sir, please conclude on this, and then maybe Sylvester can chip in with the question you have to ask. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. So, like I said, this is not anything about pointing fingers or things like that. So, Vesta, are you are the main balance of a conversation because you are with us, we work together, and whether you agree with it, but that's my analysis. You are supporting this current leadership. So if I come with the analysis and you are a guest on the show or you are a panelist on the show, I think you should see it that way, where you can come in and make your own analysis of what I've said. Don't take it like anything is going personal. Thank you. So when I made mention of reports, our past leadership, we made reports right after the first quarter, even though there was no statute that was banning us that we must make report at this time. But the leadership was to do so in a specific period. Now let's look at this leadership. Now we have a statute. First quarter has ended since September 30th. Today is the 19th of October. The statute have been violated. There is no report. There is no report at all. That's why I mentioned you, and you are aware of that. Again, Brooks, when we talk about our leadership first quarter outperformed this leadership first quarter is based on the information we are aware of right now. I mentioned what this leadership has done so far, and I mentioned what we did. Even now, I was not like coming to read out all the things we did during our leadership first quarter, but I want to highlight those key things we did during our first quarter. And it outperformed the
Okay,
current leadership first quarter.
okay, thank you. So in addition
Uh,
to that, Mr. Bala, please wait. In addition to that, I think in my analysis, I would not say you are wrong, but I think despite you guys gave report during your first quarter, and this leadership hasn't given report in their first quarter. I think we should not, based on the speculations, and decide the fate of the current leadership. We think I think your point could be like, they have violated the statute, and they have not given report, and you don't know what's the cause, and we can just make them to give the report. Fine, but you cannot fully decide that your performance at that time was more than their performance, which I mean, where they are not giving official report to determine what data they have on hand, or what they have performed with, or what they have achieved. I don't think if you make that determination, or that decision, it will be necessary to the public. So I
okay,
just want to
thank you,
make that clarity.
thank you. Yeah, Sylvester, you can chip in. We have to call this topic. Yeah, you can chip in, Sylvester, so that
Yeah,
we
thank
have.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, Mr. Bada. Like I said from the inception of this talk show, I'm here as a panelist. But if you are to moderate this discussion, I will urge that you do it the best way possible. But if the
Yeah.
guest is throwing hands at me, throwing pointing fingers at me in maybe to find points for this discussion, then I will plead with you as the host to maybe disconnect and reconnect as a guest. Then we can all have the discussion, the question can be drawn from you. But anyway, since that has been settled, I don't want to dwell on that. Again, I listened to the guest. He listed those external resources of which this current leadership have collected fund from. And maybe if you have, you can do a justice, Mr. Bala. The guest mentioned that financially we outperform than these people based on the information that he has. And if we are to just look at it squarely based on the information of which he has provided, he alluded to the fact that the leadership have now raised more than 1.6 thousand or 1.5 thousand United States dollars. So let us take it at the bar of 1.5. If you were to if we were to keep it at that information that he provides, compare it with our past final first quarter report. If I can recall vividly, during our administration of the inauguration, we raised 400 squarely from one person. Afterward, Greco Coleman came and gave 500. Do the math, like $900. Eminent citizen or member of the community gave 200, like 1,002. Then before you talk about the small francs, one thing that I don't know the guests do not want to be objective of, because I don't know, the reason best known to him when it comes to the financial side. So that's what I'm saying is better we wait for their report, because if he were providing information based on exactly what he knows, then we can dwell on that. But like I said again, he's still speculating. Back to another issue on the timely reporting. He's 100% right. We did report our first quarter in time. But one thing that he forgets to tell these viewers or our viewers in this panel and this panel is that the timely report, it rests particularly on committees and financial and treasury. If I'm doing if you think I'm wrong, do the fact check. Quarter report from those offices only. One thing he forgot to tell the listeners in this panel, that the current statute that we have is still not fair to every one of us, because it still gives the chairman absolute power to report at any point in time he or she wishes to. There is no provision in the statute that point directly to when the chairman should report, but there is provision in the statute that says when the financial office should submit report to the chairman, when the treasurer should submit report to the chairman, when committees should submit report to those respective offices. But in terms of quarterly report to be the comprehensive report to be produced from the chairman office, there is no specified time.
Okay.
Second, yeah, let me land on this quick. I would like our guess again. Let's move forward from first quarter. When did our leadership report the second quarter? When did our leadership report the third quarter? If he can fairly answer that we reported 7 days after the end of the quarter, then beat me.
So it means that you guys violated as well.
So if you want to if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. So that's why I was asking. We can wear that regalia to come and also defend ourselves in the best way possible, and also speak of the ills of the past leadership. You remember you held me on your show, and I decided to be very moderate and just speak directly to the issue. But
Sure.
we are here as panel, so we should not go that route that the conversation is between the guest and Mr. JJ. That he insinuating that I am the defender of this current
Okay.
administration. We are all
Okay.
like,
Okay.
so
Thank
please do
you.
what
Thank you.
justice, and let me maintain
Thank
as
you.
a panelist. But before I leave, can the guest answer the question?
Yeah, yeah, he's
When
going to respond. He's
he
going to
report,
respond.
yes, thank you very much.
He's going to respond. Yeah, so sir, what we're going to do now, the moment you answer, you respond, bros will just ask you a question, and then we conclude on this topic, we will go to our next topic. Yeah, so Jura, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Thank you so much, status. And this conversation is not like a contention between you and I, but the fact that we serve in the same leadership and we're going to talk about LIBCOR, for sure you have, if not similar, but information that I have, right? So the question that I'm responding to was comparison between the two leadership on the first quarter. These people have not reached second quarter, so how are we going to jump there? And the fact that you say there is no provision, I want to direct you to that provision. Article 39.7 is clear. It did not say the chairman should report. They said the NAC, the NAC. And even when it comes to preparing reports, it's not even the duty of the chairman. You check the responsibility of the Secretary General and see what it tells you. The NAC shall prepare and present quarterly reports within 7 working days after each quarter, and then annual report 14 days after the fiscal year. So we are discussing the first quarter of this current leadership. When they reach in second quarter, when they reach in third quarter, we'll discuss it. We can discuss quarter that they have not arrived in. So we are talking about the first quarter. That's what we are talking about.
Okay, thank
So
you.
they have defaulted. They have defaulted on that. They have. And we should be bold to say it. Then the next question, right? What can we do about it as LIBCOR, as member of the community? What should be the next step? Because that's not the only violation. There are many violations, and we will speak about it when we come to the next agenda item. There are many violations. So if you are saying that because, even though we're not reaching second quarter, but because Mr. A did a thing, he made a mistake, so Mr. B is allowed to do the same thing, where are we going? Where are we going as a country? Where are we
Thank
going as a
you.
people?
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I think you have answered that
Where?
question.
Where are we
Thank
going?
you. Thank you. Thank you. Brooks, can I chip in your last question? Let move to the next topic.
No, no. Actually, I don't have direct question, but
Okay.
based on the points of the guests, I think concerning the reporting that our panelists, one of our panelists, JJ, was talking about, and then it gets to, he said there's a clause in the constitution that say, let's say the statute that says the NEC should report, and then and so forth. I think it's necessary, if it will be granted by us, Stream Vision, we can invite the, since the current leadership first quarter already gone, and they have gone maybe 9 days or few days after that. I mean, within their first quarter, I mean, a second quarter. I think we can invite them to see how they can speak to the public. What are some of the delays? What are some of these conditions? That are making them to not report, or they can come in and give us some updates about their activities that they have done already in their first quarter, and what they intend to embark on in their second quarter. I think that's all I can say now. That we can go to the next agenda of the
Thank
discussion.
you. Thank you so much. And
No,
it did
Mr.
put
Father, you see that the guy did not answer the question straight.
yeah, yeah. So what gonna happen? We have, let recognize some of our followers. We have Sidiki Kamara. Sidiki. Sidiki is watching. We have Seaton. Seaton is also following. And let me say thanks for watching tonight. Gentlemen, let's be fair. You know the issue about reporting, not reporting, or doing this. You don't leadership issue. Once you are in leadership, it's not about secret. And not about secret. You have to make report to the public. You can, since you took over, we haven't seen anything. Come on, let's be fair. We saw you. You published the information, but the
Yeah,
committee you created, what are they doing? You are just silent.
nothing was
And
said.
then we'll reach out to you to come on the platform to discuss, and you like, oh, I'm still working, I still putting things together. We want to have a collaboration. When will you come out to talk to the people? So at the
Yeah,
end of
come
the
and
day,
speak to the people.
you give the people the space to speculate, to just
Yeah,
think
it's
in
true.
their
It's
mind.
true.
Yeah. I think it would be fair enough for you to come out to the public, legitimate. This is how far we are, and because of this, we're not able to do this. We're still working. You are going the first quarter have already ended. Although you have 2 years to work, we agree. But the first quarter, what have you done within the time space? You have to prove yourself. But up to now, we still looking at it. And when you invite the people say they still planning, they still putting things together. Though we have not seen a formal communication inviting them, but we have been having some discussion and we are
And
CEO,
Mr. Bara,
CEO, we in the near future, maybe 2 or 3 days from now, we might see people coming in to appear here and talk. When
we
there are
hope so.
speculations yes,
yeah,
speculations
and
in the
that's something
corridor,
I
even
think
when
we all look
yeah,
forward for to do.
it will prompt some discussion and people will come and then clear the air.
Of
I
course.
Exactly.
actually like what Jura is doing now because maybe people will come and clear the air.
So drive, you are following, please try to join. We're about to go.
Yeah, and on this note of quarterly reporting is something that I'm not insensitive about. You understand? It's
Okay.
something that I'm not insensitive. It's something that we all champion the cause of do so. If you even the guest himself alluded to it. Before the quarter ends, 7 days, even within 5 days, we file in reports. But
Okay.
where the guest does not want to tell the listener is even who has the NAC, who's supposed to publish a report.
Okay. Thank you, Sylvester. We will we will have
But
that
I
for
think
you.
it is objective enough that we call the current leadership so that we should need to understand these challenges if they
Yeah.
have
So
any.
we hope to see
And
them.
and and as a media institution, we should not give an opportunity for misinformation to be spread.
No, Sylvester, we're going to do that. The issue is this: we have to reach out to these people. The mayor is making a claim, and he you have seen the points he's been discussing of, and we are in a community. That's why I was saying on the platform here tonight. We all have certain stake to hold within the community, and we are in the back. We are watching. We are observing everything that is going on. We are not saying if Jura come and then he just insinuate, yeah, because you don't know how much the people are generated, you don't know the people playing. But how Jura will not come out to say this thing? They will not come out to say anything. So you want to make us say that and say, oh, okay, the people working. They are not working because the public don't know what they are doing. And mentally by this time now they were already they have done this. And the people still say things. We saw memo, they appointed people. So we hope that later they're going to come up and then discuss this thing. I'm seeing we are going to have some technical problem, few minutes from now, or So I hope that if it happens, we'll have to rejoin. Yeah, let me just give you because I'm getting a signal. The technician is working, but if it's not handled, maybe we'll have to go back and rejoin. Yeah. So we want to say thanks to you guys for giving your opinion on this matter. Liberia, Liberian Community, Rwanda is all that we have. It depends on how we're going to, take care of our community. That's why I was listening, to somebody the last time, and then they were discussing some things. I was like, is that how the coming up politician going to proceed in the nearby future? Are they following the Barbadian footstep, the bigger brothers, those ones that take care of the country now? The whole country is outside down, something not
What else
correct.
for see here in the corridor?
No, my brother leave that when we discuss that. Anyway, so we appreciate you guys. So now we're about to go to the next discussion. For this discussion, we receive our information or communication, which is the John resolution. But this communication, friendly speaking, I distributed to my panelists, and I'm about to say it's not signed. But when I reached out, Jura told me that this identical communication you see here, it was the printed copy. It's the same as the signed one, according to him. So I even told him, I said, you have to give me the signed copy. He said, comrade, it's the same as the signed copy. Nothing changed. So I just thought of making it clear because I have people names on this not names. So to tell you there is no name on it, It's just a country. You see, Tanzania, Liberian community, Tanzania. They got a name, they got this, and so forth. So it's now Sam. Yeah, but according to him, because he also he's in position, or he was in possession of this identical document, so he share with us so that we can at least go through it and come up with honest opinions, to ask some questions as it relate to the current situation right now that is unfolding within the Liberian community, which of course is causing serious chaos. Trying to, if it continues, it's going to bring serious division within the Liberian community if it's not put to stop. And that's why I thought of coming on a platform to discuss it. Because comrade, we are the future leader of tomorrow. How can we start our future like this by going against each other? Mind you, we in East Africa, we here to study. Tomorrow, if we go back, we have to collaborate. We have to work together. These days, people are not willing to work with individuals. They want to work with groups. So if you start to create animosity within the midst of people, how do you expect to work with such a people if you go back home? I think we have to understand ourselves. So that's why I deem myself for to discuss the topic. And I just hope that, like I share, everybody gonna give their honest opinion. Like, okay, now let's go into the topic. We have the issue about the Federation of Liberian Community in East Africa. Yeah, the Federation of Liberian Community in East Africa. I have the joint resolution here that they put together, and there are a lot of the objective why they established the federation, all those things they are here. And some part of last week, I think it was from last week or this week, I saw in the chat room a memo from the current leadership telling every member of the community not to post anything that is relating to the upcoming event. During tag, even if you post, don't tag the, the group. Once you tag the group, they're going to remove you. Nothing about the identical Federation of Liberian in East Africa should be posted within the Liberian community chat room in Rwanda. They don't want it. Reason why? They said there are some issues they're supposed to settle. There are some things that is not going right, and they need to settle it. Well, those things they didn't discuss it because they, according to them, they are still planning to come on. They are not prepared yet to come on air to discuss some of the issues. And just today, as you may be aware, NIMA students program coming up. In the whole of NIMA in East, the NIMA in East Africa, they have the organization. They have an inauguration program coming up. So they serve the previous chair, they serve in communication. Only because they addressing us, I think acting chair of the federation, blah blah blah. TND were removed from the chat room.
Who is TND?
TND is one of the member. I don't know. I just see TND in that chat. I
But
don't know if
TND
phone
is
it's
is
one of
an
the phone member. He's
initial.
one of the member of Nibadian. Yeah, but he's
They
a
have a
citizen of the
full name.
community. I
That's
don't
what
know
I'm
a phone name. If you know a phone, you can provide for us.
I don't know his full name either. That's
Okay,
what I'm asking.
so to call on matter short, TND is one of the permanent resident of this community, and he's a son from Nimba. He's one of the men that usually do all their flyers, according to the communication I saw. So he was removed, and then it pop up a lot of things. I saw people coming. If you go, if you want to bring the thing, win Ibadan, you want to go against our program, blah blah blah. Just imagine that. I don't know whether he added Sidiki added TND, and even me. I prepare the flyer for our show. When I share in the chat room, wait no time. Pop, I was removed from the chat room. I was like, damn, what's going on? So right away for me, I did it on everything. I pick up my phone and I call him. I said, come here, what happening? Why you remove me from the chat room? He said he didn't see the information. It was that time I tried to check. I said, oh, correct. I wasn't paying, the identical charge. I don't really pay attention 100% because there are a lot of upside down people causing, different things, joking in that channel. So sometimes when I'm busy, I don't really focus on it. Yeah. So I didn't really see it. So I beg you, sorry, can you please have me? He said, yes, anything about those people. Even today, I needed to share the show within the chat room, but I couldn't do it. They will remove me again. How can we live like this? So I say now in the chat, if we're going to share the show in the chat room, there are a lot of people going to follow to give their opinion on this. But because the show is not being shared in the chat room, so you find out more people are not following. But we hope that they will see it in the future. So there are a lot of people that have been removed. Don't we mention the former chairman here, the title there, and how they call it this. They will remove you. How can we live like this? You know, it remind me, when I was looking at the removal of people from the group, I thought of the current our studio guest when he was removing people from the chat room. Today, to some people he removed. They are that, he didn't put the people back within the chat room. Only because people don't register in the community. So he removed the people. So according to them, during their time, according to him, the people were breaching the protocol. So now the new government is saying these people too are also breaching our protocol because we said nobody should post this, and now you guys doing it. So gentlemen, what is going on? What is going on? So now we have our studio guest here, Jura. I think Jura will remove as well. He took the group, he will remove. I don't know whether they put him back in the chat room. So are you saying that we're going to continue living like this or what? What really is the problem? Mr. Jura, we're about to Mungo, we're about to go into discussion. What is going on? What do you know so far when it comes to this identical issue? What do you know about? What do you know?
Okay, thank you so much, Sylvester. Let me say Sylvester Tatos, and I see my brother Sylvester is laughing.
I
Yeah,
mean, the conversation is interesting for
actually,
every one of us.
yeah. Actually, I want us to start from why
Why?
FOLICEA was established, why we
Okay.
decided to establish FOLICEA. Personally, I never knew about the establishment. I was reached out to by our chairman. He explained to us even in leadership meeting because the fight was our leadership, our community have not been registered. We don't have the thing of embassy. The level of recognition was low. In East Africa, we have not built that kind of network. What can we do? So he decided that the way this thing is going alone, some of these countries already have, for instance, Uganda had embassy, but now there is no longer embassy or consulate now in Uganda. Only Kenya, and the consulate that is there in Kenya is even being run by a Kenyan who got married to a Liberian. So when the chairman emeritus came up with this idea that if we fight together instead of fighting as Rwanda, Liberian community in Rwanda, to try to resolve issues of embassy and things like that, once we fight together, we believe those things will be resolved than fighting alone. Also, cross borders issues. There are some Liberians they travel to Uganda, some travel to Kenya, some travel to Tanzania. Some of them have issues. One example I would say, during the time of the Gisini crisis, where they were shooting from Goma, there was some Liberians whose parents told them that they should even leave the whole Uganda. Three of them go to Uganda without knowing anybody in Uganda because of fear. Then they have to contact some of us. Based on the network we've built with the team from Uganda, those guys were being able to be taken care of, given food, place to sleep, till the crisis was over and they were able to return. Why do you think those things were happening? It's because the level of collaboration the leadership have built with the team there in Uganda. So they want to make it much bigger. It is wrong to have the Liberian the association, let's say Federation of Liberian East Africa. No, it's not. There will be more fruit yield as compared if we're doing it alone. So now, some people don't understand the real reason why it was funded. I just thought to bring that up. Another thing, before I go deeper in that resolution, right? A recent we saw number of people that have been removed. For me, I feel like I did not violate any law. I can say that for sure unless they come and show me the law that I violated. I was removed simply because I'm from the other side, as they think. Let's take, for example, Mr. JJ. And I think I reached out to you, Tatos. Mr. JJ shared or mentioned the group of LIBCOR with the same flyer that you posted. And then I reached out to you, like, I thought you guys supposed to share the official information before we start sharing it on our status. And you were like, you share for review, but at the end, it haven't shared. But it was mentioned in a group of LIBCOR. And on that flyer has FOLICEA. Was Mr. JJ removed? No, he wasn't. So the issue of that flyer that Mr. JJ shared, I don't think they even should remove him because it's not promoting FOLICEA anyways. We are going to discuss the leadership decision to withhold their membership in FOLICEA. So the leadership is trying to tell us if they do anything that is not right, no one should talk about it. Imagine that's what they're trying to say to us. So no one should step in that chat room that the way the leadership left FOLICEA, as soon you mention FOLICEA, they remove it. Imagine we are back in those days. It's funny, but it's something that is very bad. So if you make a decision as a leadership, no one should discuss the good and bad thing about that decision. Imagine that. So for me, I feel like I did not violate any law. If you check the chat room, if you can check, even though there are a lot of messages, but if you check the chat room, the time I was removed in the publication that was made, so Sidiki would just wake up and kind of read, and then he said that law, right? In the publication that was made, there was nothing there called mention. If you mention a group, you'll be removed. If you tag the group, you'll be removed. After I was removed, then Sidiki went and wrote that you should not tag the group and you should not mention the group. So imagine that. After I was removed, then he make a new law. Chairman Emeritus Emmanuel Patrick will be a guest at ONC event. So his position should not be attached to it. They should only say Chairman Emeritus or LIBCOR. That means TND was not going to be removed from that chat room. But because his position was attached to that flyer and TND posted it, not anything like promoting FOLICEA event, TND was removed.
Okay.
So if we look at it logically, if you look at it from what angle logically, it's not about who post and what they post. It's a target against certain people. Because I just mentioned
And who are those
it's a
people?
target. It's a target. I'm number one. Who can validate why I was removed? There is no validation to that.
Okay.
There was no rule about mentioning or tagging. I was removed before Sidiki came out of that rule. So can he validate his point why he removed me? No
So I'm
validation.
coming. So I'm coming. Let
And
me
per
just.
the information, let me just clarify that quickly. Per the information I got that Chairman Emeritus Emmanuel Patrick did a mention that same day. I don't know whether 2 or 3 hours before I did mine. Then there was a warning in the chat room from the Chairman Denia, that I don't know what Patrick did, and then but they say because of that mention he did, like he mentioned a group on FOLICEA post about FOLICEA, and then they warned him like if you I don't know like but I don't get the real reason why they were warning him until later on that it was because he mentioned the group, but by that time I was already removed. So if we see it from that angle, where is the justice done to me? If I mention a group, there was no law about mentioning a group, and then I was removed for that. So in another details, you ask the question, why is this thing happening? The reason these things are happening, for my own opinion, you know, Felicia resolution, that's what the leadership have said. Some of the things they pointed out. Let me speak about the first one. The office of the chairman have said that the leadership of FOLICEA should only be allowed to be contested by current chairperson of their respective communities. Like for example, Mr. Daniel, who is the current chairperson of LIBCOR, should be the only person that should have that privilege to contest the chairperson position of FOLICEA. Chairman Brown of Uganda, Chairman Cream of Tanzania, and Chairman Jule of Kenya. Those people should be the only people that should have the right to contest. And let me give my opinion when we were in some, because I was part of the founding member of FOLICEA. I attended most of the meetings. I gave my views. This same issue
Do you have
was
position
being
there?
discussed.
Do you have position?
Yes, I no no I was member in a group. I was a
I'm,
member. I
I'm,
never
I'm
had
saying
position. But then
current opposition.
no, no,
Okay,
I
thank you.
don't
Go ahead.
have. But then I was founding members, like we spoke about things. And then that particular issue about who are eligible to contest in FOLICEA elections, who are eligible. They talk about this like you cannot be the not a leader in your community, not a current chairman, and then you want to lead the
So,
organization.
so, like I said,
So
we will soon go out. The
at
technician
two
trying to work. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. You're quiet, but the technician trying to work, but we are getting some problem. We'll soon go off. So once we go after a few minutes, we have to join. He was trying to settle that problem. So if you are watching, we're going to give time to call. I see Mr. Cooper. He tried calling. He want to get some clarity or make some clarity on something. So sir, we will give you the time for you to call, and then you can do that. And everyone that are following tonight, yeah, that conclude on what you are saying.
yeah, I will just say a few words and then we'll come back. We'll continue. Why? Why that decision was made that past leaders should have the opportunity to serve at any level or at any position of FOLICEA. Take for example, we have the United Nations. The Secretary General of the United Nations is not usually the president of another country. Do your research. So if you limit certain position to like certain people, it will create a limitation of opportunity for others to contest. Another thing, when we passed that decision, another one that came up was the rotational leadership opportunity. The fact that FOLICEA is a big organization, not allowing one country to keep ruling, the chairmanship position will be rotational. If this time is Uganda contesting for chairman or Kenya contesting for chairman and they have won that chairmanship, after the tenure, Kenya cannot contest for chairperson position in the next election. They can go for any other position, but Kenya cannot contest for chairperson
That's
position.
after
Other
two consecutive
after
years.
Yeah, after every 2 years. Yeah. So it provides that opportunity that other communities can have the opportunity to serve in that position for the chairmanship position. For now, Chairman Patrick is the acting chairman. And very soon Felicia should go to election. You know. So Chairman Patrick will have to relinquish that place. Rwanda cannot go back for chairmanship position again. Rwanda can go for other positions, right? So what this gave an opportunity because when they were forming this organization, it's not about politics, like the way we do in our everything politics and fighting for position power and things like that. Even me, I was offered position in Felicia, I can say for sure. But I declined the position at the moment because I was busy with other activities. So it's not only about like position, you take the position, the other person. No. What will you do when you take that position? What is the vision you have? Do you 100% understand the vision of Felicia before you want to serve that position? In a 2 years period is enough. We could have gone for 1 year, but like 1 year, what can somebody do in 1 year? It's short. So the if you see the clauses in a resolution, you can see that it meant for something of unity. This current leadership has said that the resolution is not about unity. It's meaning to support unity. Every community will have a say. Another thing before we close, there is a
No, we
part
are
of the
still on. Go
resolution,
ahead.
yeah, that talk about the voting rights.
Uh-huh.
At first, during the deliberation, they said there will be 15 members from each community sent as representation of that community. But other than 15, only five will be allowed to vote. I can recall in that meeting, I was one person who stood tall against that clause, and it was changed that there will be no way that 15 people will go to represent and only five can vote. Those other 10 will feel like they are not valuable. And we're able to change that clause to allow all the 15 members that will go to represent the community of Rwanda or any other community to have the full right to vote. Another issue that the current leadership have raised, right? You see, they talk about the appointment. I have worked in several leaderships,